Hey guys, it's Dan again. In today's Talk Thursday, I am talking about Star Wars The Force Awakens, the new movie. And yes, this is a spoiler video. So I'm giving you 5 seconds to click off this video, or I'm just going to spoil it for you. So, 1. Alright, see, first part of the first opening scene did not feel like Star Wars, where the Star Destroyer, or whatever you want to call it, in 30 years later. That opening title scene after the crawl did not feel like Star Wars at all. It felt like a war movie instead, where you know that's what it's supposed to be, but it's not really war though. They're going against a village, they're slaughtering a village. Like the shadow of it when it's what it looks like, but then you notice it really is the Star Destroyer. And then 3 shadows come up afterwards in like a unit. No, I think it was 4. Yeah, it was 4 of them coming in unison. It's like, really? They had nothing better than to do but go into unison. And then the part when BB-8 looks at the distance but looks at the screen, that's another thing that did not really feel like Star Wars. It felt like that was JJ's touch on the franchise with the opening crawl. But then afterwards, like the slaughter of the little village slash town, whatever you want to call it, did feel like the Star Wars movie. It felt like what was going on after Episode 3, after Order 66. Yeah. And that was actually a pretty damn good scene. Especially when Kylo really just hold his hand up, stop the blaster bolt, which I thought you could not do. Just because it was pure, it's like a fusion bolt. So I was thinking there's nothing to really grab onto. It's just a beam of light that's extremely hot. But hey, Star Wars, it's the Force. Anything's possible. The next scene I want to talk about is when you see Rey for the first time scavenging the ship. That was amazing. Literally, gliding down the old Star Destroyer and seeing what 30 years possibly of seeing it empty and gone. And now, like, the next scene I'm gonna talk about is when Finn and Rey meet, or FN, since he's a stormtrooper. This is a singer. But that was kind of weird. Finn never really been around women in his life, except for being ordered around by Captain Phasm. That was like one of the things that I was like, okay, that's probably one of the women that he really talked to. And yes, there may be other stormtroopers, and yes, they may have romance, but they're not even allowed to take off their helmets, so how can romance happen? The only time romance could happen is if you are not segregated, like in dorms, but they're probably segregated, like I just said. Yeah, so I wish they didn't show that part. Yeah, and the next part I'm going to talk about is when they first meet Han Solo. That part seemed a little forced. Oh my god, they just met Han Solo. Oh my god, he has 2 bounties against him, 2 deaths on his life. Make him look like his old self. Whoop-de-doo. Oh well. But it was kind of cool seeing with the monster, like the full body monster from Episode 4 when Luke was dragged underneath the water. Because I believe that was the same monster because of the eye look. Yeah. But it was actually pretty damn cool seeing them take off from inside the space sport vehicle thing, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And then the next part I kind of want to talk about is it skips apart until when Finn and like when they get to the Maz's temple, when Rey touches the lightsaber, that was amazing. Well executed, JJ. Well executed. I want to I can't wait till it comes out on DVD, so I just listen to that one part over and over to hear Alex Guinness is in Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan voice combo in Frank Oz's voice. Yeah. And that flashback was amazing. Or Force flashback. And the next part I kind of want to talk about is the fight scene between Finn, Rey, and versus Kylo. People are gonna give me flack for this, but I don't really have a problem with the lightsabering, but the Force. How can someone who probably only felt the Force whisper have so much power? It's the same thing with Rebels, but in Rebels, Ezra has Kanan. So that's how he could feel the Force and all that. It was one of those things that it kind of irked me. And yes, the lightsaber battle seemed a little too finesse and fighting choreographed. They could have made both Finn, actually no, but Finn in the little book talking about his past shows that he has combat in a single-handed weapon. But Rey, on the other hand, she did not have single-handed weapon combat. She had a bow staff, pretty much. And pretty much, it's like, I wish I had something to hold to show you. It's like, hold on. Pretend this is bow staff, boom, do. Oop, did not want to turn that on. Oh, bow staff, do. Does not turn to this. Do. Yeah, because look, lightsaber. This is the only part of the lightsaber that has actual weight to it. Everything else does not have weight. This light blade right here does not have weight. It's just a light matter that's extremely hot and could cut through pretty much anything besides the lightsaber resistant metals that Mandalorian people use and all that. But still, that fight scene was good, but they should have made her slightly sloppy. Oh yeah, backtracking to when she's in the capture, when she's doing Jedi Metric. That right there. It takes Jedi years of training. Look at Ezra for a second. It was around 7-8 months of him actually knowing what the Force was. So how did she all of a sudden realize, oh yeah, I could go into his mind and make a suggestion? Yes, her and Kylo or Ben Solo, that kind of pissed me off. Like, it should have been a failure. But then it should have been like a quick little rescue. But with her figure, like them shooting Stormtrooper in the face, and then they look up, she's escaped because she was waiting till the Stormtrooper left the room somehow. Yes, and here comes the famous scene now of Han Solo's death from Kylo. That literally, as a grown man, I actually cried during that scene. That was the inner geek in me that made those tears. I felt so, I literally felt like I lost a family member right there. I literally cried in the middle of the theater when I first seen it. Second time I seen it, I did tear up, but I didn't cry. Yeah, and the Chewie scene, like after like he shot Kylo in the chest, or Ben Solo. But right there, he's Kylo. He officially got turned to the dark side through his own progression. Yeah, and I wish they had at least one other original character die besides Han. They should have shown like Lando getting shot down or something, or even have someone from the original cast like there's a bunch of alien species that could have died. And look at whereas the people like Briggs and stuff, like, now I'm not talking about him because I believe he, oh my god, I can't remember if he died or not during the one battle. But still, they could have brought one of them like as an older generation, but since they're not really that good anymore, they die. So that's my little talk about Star Wars. I could really go on about this movie. So and before this gets a little too long, I'm going to sign off. See ya. Thank you for watching. Hey, since you just finished my video, please like and subscribe. And please share this video on social media to tell others about me. Thank you.